Let us solve a very first and very basic problem. Okay, that is the speed of a bus. Okay, so irrespective of the vehicle, whether it may be a bus, train or something, okay, ultimately we will be asked either to find out the speed, distance or time. We don't know that. Okay, any two will be given and one will be asked to find. Okay, so here it is a bus. Okay, so the speed of a bus is 72 km/h. The distance covered by the bus in 5 seconds is. Okay, so now let us solve this. So the speed has been given. So whatever, you can either represent it with v or you can take it as s also. As we are talking it as speed, you can take it as s also. Okay, so velocity or speed is given as 72 km/h. Okay, so what is the other that has been given? That is the time. Okay, so time is given in seconds. Okay, so whatever is the km/h, in that the hours corresponds to the time, but here the time is given in seconds. Okay, so you have to use the conversions. Okay, so there is no other way to solve this, you have to convert it. Okay, so now, so it is given in km/h, right? So you can better convert that into meter per second. Okay, so in order to convert this into meter per second, what do we need to do? Into 5/18. Okay, so why? Because it is 1000/3600. If you do the cancellation, that will be 5/18. Okay, this will be 18 fours are. Okay, and it will be 4 into 5, that is 20 meter per second. Okay, so what does it mean actually? Per 1 second it travels 20 meters. Okay, so then after 5 seconds, what will be the distance that has been traveled? Okay, so for 1 second it travels 20 meters. For 5 seconds it travels how much distance? Okay, 5 into 20, that is 100 meters. Okay, that will be your answer. Okay, so it is as simple as that. Okay, so out of the velocity, distance and time, only two will be given and you will be asked to find out the rest, whatever is remaining. Okay, and you have to make sure you do the conversions correctly. Okay, and everything is very easy. Now let us solve the next problem. A car traveling at a speed of 40 km/h. Okay, so here if you observe, there are two velocities. Okay, so let us take that as v1 and v2. Okay, so v1 is 40 km/h and v2 is 60 km/h. Okay, so a car traveling at a speed of 40 km/h can complete a journey in 9 hours. Okay, so whatever is the time that corresponds to v1 is 9 hours. Okay, so now they are asking to find t2 value. Okay, so simply if a car travels at this speed, it reaches its destination after 9 hours. Okay, so the journey time is 9 hours. But if the velocity increased by 20 km/h, okay, because sometimes in the question they may give like that, they don't directly give the v2. Okay, so if the velocity is increased by 20 km/h, it means that you have to add that to this v1. Okay, so if the velocity is decreased by 10 km/h, you have to subtract it. Okay, like that they may give. Okay, so increased to increased by, these are also very important. Okay, so here the velocity is increased to 60 km/h, but it is increased by 20 km/h. Okay, that you have to observe. Okay, so now here it is, anyhow it is v1 v2 both are given, and if it travels at a speed of 40 km/h, it reaches its destination at after 9 hours. Okay, but if the velocity is increased, okay, so the travel time will obviously decreased. Okay, so now and what is being constant here? Okay, so here the origin and destination are being constant, and hence the distance traveled is constant. Okay, so in both the cases the distance traveled is constant. It means that d1 is equals to d2, that is some d. We don't know that because that has not been given in the question. Only v1, v2, t1 is there. They are asking to find out t2. Okay, so you need not find the distance. Why? Because if you know these two, you can easily find out the distance, but that is not the case. Okay, you need not find that. They are not at all asking to find out the distance. They are asking to find the time to travel if the speed is 60 km/h. Okay, you can directly do that. Okay, so as per our expression, v is equals to d by t, right? Okay, so take d as separate. Okay, so if you separate d is equals to v into t. Okay, so with this you can write this as d is constant, v1 t1 is equals to v2 t2. Okay, so this is our expression. Okay, so you know v1, you know t1 also, you know v2 also, and it is easy to find out t2. Okay, just a substitution. Okay, a very simple substitution. So v1 is how much? 40 into t1 is 9 and v2 is 60 and t2 we need to find. Okay, so this is as simple as that. If you just do the cancellation, so t2 will be 2 3s are 6 hours. Okay, so this is how you have to solve. Okay, so if it is in between, if distance is constant, this is the expression. If velocity is constant and it varying time, then you have to develop an expression like this accordingly. Okay, so what will be the expression for that? Okay, so if you take the same expression, v is equals to d by t. Okay, so here as distance is common, you have taken d separately. Okay, so for suppose if v is constant, so already it is on one side, so straight away you can write this as d1 by t1 is equals to d2 by t2. Okay, for suppose if t is constant, okay, then how you write that? So t is equals to d by v. Okay, so then d1 by v1 is equals to d2 by v2. Okay, so this is how you can develop some relationships and you can easily solve the problem. Okay, so the only thing that you need to remember is the main formula, that is this: speed is equals to distance by time. That's it. Okay, so if something is constant, you just try to develop these kind of things and you just substitute and you will get the answer. Okay, no need to find the third one, whatever is not given. Okay, that constant term, and you need not do all those things. Okay, so straight away you can solve the problem like this.